Good evening, everybody. It's Dina Wilkinson, and I am so excited for you tonight because we have a real treat. Is we have one of my favorite people on the earth, Lynn Flynn, and she is our trainer tonight. And I'm so excited for her to share the things that she's going to share because they're very vital and important in your business. So I want to just introduce Lynn before I turn the time over to her. Lynn lives in Maryland, and she is a mother of two kids, Tommy and Sarah. And she's a former registered dietitian. And you know what? I had forgotten that, Lynn, that you
Yeah.
were.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago, a couple of weeks ago. She was introduced by ENVP Dana Collins to Arbonne. So she's been in Arbonne for 13 years. Took her 3 years to get to region, and 7 years later she promoted to nation. She both times though, when she decided to promote, she went really fast, and so she did it in 2 months, 2 times. And she's promoted out 3 RVPs, been in the President's Circle twice, and has earned every AIT trip. Wow, that is awesome, Lynn. That's fantastic. So I am so excited to share Lynn with all of you and for you to hear what she has prepared. So Lynn, I'm going to turn the time over to you now. And what I would like you to do at the end is I would just like for you to put out a challenge to them. And so I'm going to just let you end the webinar because you're going to end it much more powerfully if I come in and water down what you've just said.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you end it, and because I can't wait for them to hear what you're going to talk about.
Awesome.
My pleasure to introduce Lynn Flynn.
Thank you, Dina. And you are one of my favorite people on this earth as well. So before I get started, I think I'm going to take care of business and go ahead and turn off my video so that you can focus on what I'm saying. It's actually more for my sake, so I don't have to be distracted about looking good. But I'm really excited tonight to share with you all. Thank you so much, Dina and Phoebe, for asking me to train on this amazing 16-week series, Dream Often, Build Big. You two are such servant leaders, and we are all so blessed to have you as our upline. I know everyone listening and listening to the recording later has gotten so much out of this whole series, and I hope everyone saved them and downloaded them to their computer just like I did so you can listen over and over again. You know, in this business, we need both mindset and mechanics. And tonight, I want to talk to you about something that falls under the mindset piece. Something so important that without it, all the mechanics in the world are meaningless. That is what I call your why power and how to use it to create results and reach your goals in Arbonne. So it's called your why power. And before I get into the details of that, I just want to say that in my 13 years in Arbonne, my why power has shifted many times, and yours will too. Mine started out wanting some extra cash. You know what? At the end of the month, I wanted some extra money of my own because although I had a very successful career as a dietitian, Arbonne found me when I had the blessings of being home with my 3-year-old son, and I was pregnant with my daughter. So I didn't have my own paycheck, and I missed that. And so, you need to do something when you feel the need to go shopping and leave your bags in the trunk so that you have to figure out the perfect timing to bring them in your car. So when that happens, it's time to do something. So you don't have to explain why you might need one more pair of black shoes, right? Can anyone relate to that? So that was my life. I know there's a little bit of noise, so I'm just texting somebody to have them mute out. So that was how I found Arbonne. And then I learned that you can quickly earn a 5-star vacation for your family. And wow, that became my new why. I realized quickly that Arbonne was so much more than a lipstick and skincare business from what I originally thought. And here are my kids on one of my first AIT trips, the Atlantis trip many years ago with one of my RVP Marie Diaz, her kids in that iconic Atlantis chair that so many of us will be sitting in again in a few short months. So my training tonight is on your why power. When you're having trouble reaching your goals in Arbonne, it's common to believe that you simply don't have the willpower or maybe the skills, but that's not true. It's not enough to simply choose to be successful. What's going to help you learn all those new skills that you need to do and all those new habits that you need to create? What's going to stop you from falling back into your bad habits to keep you from sliding back into your old comfort zone when the slightest little bit of discomfort comes into your business? You know, we all know people who have set New Year's resolutions only to find that they're a distant memory by the end of January, right? So it's not just about willpower. Willpower isn't enough. It's about why power, finding your mojo through finding your inner why power. Your choices are only meaningful. The activity you do in this business and when you work your business, it's only meaningful when you can connect that to your why, which is basically your dreams and your desires. You've got to know what you want and you've got to go after it or you'll give up too easily. And we don't want you to do that. So, what is your why? Why are you doing Arbonne? You've got to know why you're doing it. You've got to get up in the morning and go chase it, and you've got to get right down to bedrock. I think I went too fast with one of my slides. You've got to get down to bedrock. What is the actual reason that you're doing it? And you have to be crystal clear. Your why is at the core of your success. Did you know that? So what is it that motivates you the most? You know, you may need a new why, or you may just need to recommit to your old why that you let yourself off the hook because you thought it was too hard. Your why can be something you want more of, or it can be something that you want less of, more of, maybe time, maybe freedom, time freedom and income, or something you want less of, like not having to punch a time clock, not having to drive in rush hour traffic every day. So it could be something you want or don't want, but we all have a why. And if you think you don't, well, build your business anyway, because sooner or later life will give you one. You can do what many top income earners in Arbonne do when their personal whys have been met. They move from what's called success to significance by impacting others around the world, like starting orphanages in Guatemala or building houses and homes in Haiti. So these are wonderful things. So identifying your why is critical in this business. It's what fuels activity. It's what motivates you and ignites your passion and helps you persist through all the cancellations and the no's and the dream stealers and all the negative things that can happen. It has to be connected to your desires and dreams. It's basically the foundation upon which your business is built. And that's why when you start your Arbonne business, you have your sponsor helping you craft and figure out exactly what your why is, and you share it with them so that when the going gets tough, you are held accountable about what you want. It will help you overcome challenges, fears, obstacles, and any negative thinking. So it's a really important step when you start your business, and to always connect to your why. Basically, the power of your why is what gets you to stick through the mundane and the hard. All of the how-tos mean nothing until your why is powerful enough. If your why isn't big enough, then you'll end up like every other person on New Year's Eve, making that New Year's resolution and giving up too quickly. So don't do that, because you're worth it and your why is worth it. And giving up is never an option when your why is big enough. So what's your why? You want to make the necessary changes that you need to do. So in order to do that, your why has to be fantastically motivating to you. It has to be very specific to you. So what do you want your life to look like in 5 years? You know, we ask this question frequently of our prospects in this business, but we also have to ask ourselves, what do we want our life to look like? What do we want to end 2016 like? That's only 6 months away. We're already halfway through. How about in 1 year, 3 years? Time goes fast. I know you all would agree. So you want to empower yourself through this opportunity to create your life by design. You know, many define success by being able to live the life that they want, the way they want to. So did you know that you're actually in the driver's seat, literally, of your life with this opportunity? You have the ability to write your own paycheck. Are you willing? I hope so, because you deserve it. So you want to connect emotionally to your why, almost like you can see it, feel it, touch it. You want a why that just creates a very intense emotional response. What will it feel like when you can be home with your babies? What will it feel like when you can write that last check to the credit card company and be 100% debt free? What will it feel like to own your home? What will it feel like to send your kid to the school of their choice? It's been said that you need a why to make you cry. And it has to be more than just the money. It has to be what that money will do for you and your family. You basically have to involve your heart and your gut in the equation. And the why comes from a very deep place. It's not just about material things and money. It basically is tied to happiness and fulfillment. You know, a great example that I once heard about the power of why is, and it was from Rita Davenport, if I were to put a 10-inch wide, 30-foot big plank on the ground, like a balance beam, and I were to say to you, walk the length of this plank and I'll give you $20. Would you do it? Of course you would. That's an easy 20. But what if I took that same plank and made like a rooftop bridge across two buildings, between two 100-story buildings? And that same $20 for doing it no longer looks pretty desirable or even possible anymore, does it? You'd say, no way. However, what if your child was on the other side of the building? And what if that building was actually on fire? Horrible thing to think about, but you know what? Would you walk the plank to save your child? Of course you would, without question. And immediately, you wouldn't even think about the $20. So why is it that the first time you said no way, and the second time you did it without even hesitating? The risks and the dangers were exactly the same. What changed? Well, your why changed. Your reason for wanting to do it changed. So when the reason is big enough, like saving your child, I know that's an extreme example, but when the reason is big enough, you will be willing to perform almost any how-to. And the same goes for your Arbonne business. And we don't have to think about physically saving a child. We can think about saving a family, keeping them out of debt, helping them be happier as a family, and all sorts of whys. So in this business, achieving your goals are only meaningful if you connect it to your why. Your why has to be bigger than any excuses. Because you know what? Victims make excuses, right? But champions create results. So some people will say, it's summer, I can't build, my kids are home for the summer. Oh, wait, I have to get them ready to go back to school. So I can't work my business now. Oh, wait, it's Halloween, I've got to figure out what they're going to be for Halloween, and I'm going to host the party, and I've got to get the candy and decorate. And now it's the holidays, and now it's my kid's birthday, and now it's my birthday, and now it's spring break. I mean, I think you get the picture. Life is busy. There will always be excuses. So don't let excuses determine your destiny, because we all have them. I remember Phoebe shared with me in the past how Peter Mork, our company's founder, used to tell her, work your business while other people are vacationing, and then vacation while other people are working. I thought that's really smart advice, obviously. You know, summer can be the best time to build your business, the best time to go sponsor, if you want it to be. And you know why? Because a lot of working moms realize that they're really not happy and that they're missing out and they need to make a change. You only have 18 summers with your kids, and sometimes people realize they're missing out when their kids are home on the fun pool time and beach time and vacations and things like that. So you can have your results or you can have your excuses. And if we wait till we're ready, we'll be waiting the rest of our lives. Wouldn't you agree? Again, you can have results or you can have excuses, but you cannot have both. So don't make excuses. Leaders don't make excuses for themselves. And you know what? MVPs and VPs and any leader, they don't make excuses for themselves, and they don't like to take them from other people. So we always say, leave your excuses at the door, because, well, you're still waiting to find an easy way and making excuses. Someone else is already getting results because they decided that making progress is more important than making excuses. So don't do that. As Keith Kochner says, progression is better. We don't always need perfection, just progression. So it's summertime, no excuses. What are some things that you can do to treat your business like a business? I'm going to get to that in a minute. But before I do, I want to make another point about, it's a simple business, but it's not always easy. But you have to choose your hard in life. You have to choose your hard. Swimming in debt up to your eyeballs and not being able to pay your bills, that's hard. Missing your children growing up because you're busy working a job and have to ask permission to get off to go to their activities and take them to the doctor and things like that, that's hard. Needing to work more than one job just to make ends meet, that's hard. Staying in a bad marriage because you can't support yourself financially, that's hard. And not being able to send your kids to school of your choice, private school or to college because you can't afford it, these are just examples of things that are hard. So like I said, just choose your hard. Arbonne is not hard. It's a simple business, not always easy, but it is not hard. So treat Arbonne like a business because you know what? Businesses make money, right? And hobbies cost money. And you're building an asset with Arbonne. You're building something that will pay you for many, many, many years through the residual income. So you want to treat it like a business. And some of the things I did early on in my business as I was promoting, I know many of you are promoting and wanting to get to area and then to region. So you need to set office hours, regular office hours that you commit to, especially during the summer. You need to have regular times where you make sure your calendar is full to schedule activity. My team just finished doing a hot potato. It was a lot of fun. So you can schedule things like that, or your own two-hour tornado where you just get on the phone for 2 hours and that is your mission to fill your calendar. These are things I did to treat it like a business. Hire an assistant. There are a lot of college kids home that would love to help you over the summer, or even stay-at-home moms that are looking for a little extra cash that have skills that can help you put together sample packs and curiosity packets and send out information and just really help you. So hire an assistant if you need that to do the things that to free you up to be out doing business chats and income producing activity. Hire a babysitter. If you've got little kids home, I know how difficult that can be. My son is 18. He's leaving for college and he was 4, almost 5 when I actually started my business. So he's grown up in Arbonne, and trust me, I had to hire babysitters for times, and it's what we do, because you would have to do that if you were going to a job and had a boss. So you want to treat this business just as if you had a boss, but guess what? You're the boss, but sometimes we let ourselves off the hook a little too easily. So another thing that I did was to make a financial commitment to my family, to my husband, to take over certain bills. And then you have to stick to that. You can't just say, well, I had a bad month. I had too much going on. My paycheck's not so good. No, you commit to it. You get the skin in the game. So these are things you can do as well. Personal activity, always number one. Use the 40 faces, right? The 40 faces to track how many people you're talking to, because if you can talk to 40 people each month in and month out, that's going to get you the momentum and lead you to your goals in Arbonne. And these are just examples of all the different activities that you can be doing. When you go on vacation this summer, have a great time. And you don't necessarily have to be working your Arbonne business, but don't you dare leave the house without your sample packs, because you just never know who you're going to meet. I know Stacy Molly on my team just sponsored an awesome person on a plane, and it happens. So you've got to be prepared, and you better come back from vacation to a full calendar. So, that's going to help you coming home, knowing you have activity and not having to start over. And finally, the fortune truly is in the follow-up. So there's so many things you can be doing. Here's the killer secret. The power of extra effort. What you do now is going to determine how you end 2016. And I know you all started 2016 out with big goals. This is the time to readjust, take a look at where you are. It's mid-year, recommit, and just put in that extra effort over the summer. Because you know what? At 211 degrees, water is hot, right? But at 1 degree more, at 212, it boils. And with boiling water comes steam. And with steam, you can power a train. So that 1 extra degree can make all the difference. So 1 extra degree in your business, you know what that can look like? Making 1 extra call a day. That 1 extra contact daily sparks 180 more personal connections in 6 months. right? 30 days in a month times 6 months, 180 people. Making one extra ask every week, that leads to 52 people that could possibly join your team and be blessed with this business. So that's just an example of turning up the heat in your business. So you asked for homework. It's a good thing I had some homework for everybody listening. I want you to revisit your why. A lot of times we forget why we're doing this business. We get so busy in the how-tos and our monthly goals. I want everyone to really revisit their why, put it in writing, share it with somebody significant. Then I want you to put a picture by your phone or in your bathroom, but mostly by your phone, because sometimes the phone can weigh 1,000 pounds, right? And we just don't want to pick it up. But if you are looking at a picture of your kids, your why is worth it. You're going to pick up that phone and make the calls that you need to make and make the appointments that you need to book. If there's a picture of you with your next to a white Mercedes, you're going to be motivated to pick up that phone and get that car. You all deserve to be driving a free white Mercedes. I want you to get an accountability partner. I want you to find someone who is at the same commitment level as you are and commit to each other. Be accountable to each other. Share your goals each month and share your activity as far as each week and each day. You can text each other and say, this is what I did. If you don't have an accountability partner and you're not the kind of person who can hold yourself accountable, the days and the weeks and the months can just slip by. Fill your calendar. I don't care if it's just one thing when you hang up tonight to book, be it with a text or a phone call. Anything is better than an empty calendar. And that is always your first priority, is to have activity on your calendar. Your why is worth it. Here's the big homework that really made a difference for my Arbonne career. Reading Ian Arbonne's EOAs every day. When I was in massive momentum and building, reading those Ian Arbonnes can fuel your passion, and you just read them and you say, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. And you realize other people have so many more challenges than you might have. And we all think we have a lot, and we do. There's nobody listening to this or on the call webinar tonight that doesn't have challenges or real things that they could use as excuses. Absolutely. But when you read those Ian Arbonne stories, you realize it's worth it, and everyone does. So read those, write down your goals. Sometimes we forget to write them down, and just the mere act of writing it down will increase the chance of you achieving your goals by like 70%. So just write them down, put them on sticky notes, put them on your computer, put them on your bathroom mirror, in your car, wherever you'll see them, to keep your mind focused. Read personal development books or CDs every day. This is something so important. Again, easy to do, easy not to do, but your paycheck will only grow as much as you grow as a person. So make it a priority every day to read at least 20 minutes of a personal development book or an industry book, or listen to a Learn and Burn or something like that every day. And, give it time. I want you to give it time. Have any of you heard, I'm sure you have, of the penny a day doubled? It's called the magic penny. So, this business takes time to build. If you were given a choice between taking $3 million in cash tonight or a single penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days, which one would you choose? Well, if you've heard this before, the penny gambit is the choice you should make. It's the course that will lead to greater wealth. Yet, why is it so hard to believe that choosing the penny doubled will result in more money at the end? Why? Because it takes so much longer to see the payoff. So in Arbonne, it takes time to see the payoff. Sometimes you're building, and you have your biggest breakthrough right before you went through some serious challenges and doubts. So after 20 days of that exercise with the penny doubling, the person who picked the doubling only has $5,000. And the person who picked the $3,000 in cash, they're like, yeehaw, I made the right choice. But then the invisible magic of the compounding effect starts. Just like in this business, the compounding effect of activity becomes visible. The same small mathematical growth improvement each day makes the compounded penny worth over $10 million on day 31, more than 3 times of the $3 million that the person took the cash. So in this example, we can just see why consistency over time is so important. This is a force that's equally powerful in your Arbonne business. It's that compounding effort over time and giving it time. So my final thoughts, be all in. What you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. Take 100% responsibility for your business. You are a business owner. When you do this, you claim your power to achieve anything in your life through Arbonne. Your success in Arbonne is 100% up to you. You know, it's let your why power drive you. It's not your upline's responsibility. It's not your downline even. It's really up to you. You have to decide to be all in. I want you to stand in your why. I want you to stay true to it, declare it, get excited about it, and keep your eye on the prize, which is your why, because it's worth it and you're worth it. So remember to use your why power to activate your Arbonne and womanly and manly superpower so that you can live your life with your priorities on your terms. So I hope this was valuable, and I appreciate being given the opportunity to train tonight. And please make it a great June. We've got the Jump on June promotion. So many good things happening with all the new enhancements this month. And just close out this month and your summer and 2016 blowing past your goals using your why power. Thank you all so much. I hope everyone has a great night. Bye now. This is where I'm not sure how to